At the time that this video is being released, Walt Disney World in Florida has been closed for 50 days, 50. Hard to imagine, the longest that Disney World has ever been closed by far. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you a couple things that I seriously miss about Walt Disney World and one thing that I don't miss. Now I want to start this video off by again mentioning Disney World will open again in the future, and on that day it's going to be a wave of emotion unlike any other that we have seen before. But until that day, and it's going to come in the future, it will, but until that day we can smile and anticipate a lot of magic in the future. So let's think back on some of the things that we miss most. Just as a reminder, this video is with the perspective of someone, this guy, who used to go to Walt Disney World every single day when the parks were open. But we're gonna get to him. We'll get back to him at some point in the future. Let's get into it. First and foremost, the food. The Disney World food, I miss it. I really didn't realize how much I missed Disney World food until this happened. I mean, the fact that I can't just go and get a bison burger or dragon roll bowl from Yak and Yeti or anything else, the steak from Skipper Canteen, and just pop by and grab it. It's an amazing feeling. It's delicious food every single time, and I miss it. My brother David and I talk about it all the time, and the fact that as days continue to go by, we think to ourselves, gosh, I could go for a bison burger right now. Just give me a Contempo Smokehouse burger, just to go. I'll take it to go, I don't mind. But it's so good. Now the food section of course includes snacks as well. I used to have a lot more Dole Whips than I am right now, and those Night Blossoms as well. I could totally go for a Night Blossom right now. Next up, you know I'm gonna mention it, the Disney World rides. Living close to Walt Disney World, I gotta tell you, I love going on those rides and I miss every single one of them. People Mover, Buzz Lightyear, Space Mountain, Everest, Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, Rise of Resistance, Toy Story Midway Mania, all of them. All of them. I want to get back on those rides. With that in mind, I hope that in the future we have the opportunity to experience these rides more with Fast Passes. I really wasn't using Fast Pass quite enough when I was there, and I'm looking forward to using it more again in the future. But perhaps we're going to see something totally new when the parks open back up with virtual queuing. We'll see. When we went to the parks, we wouldn't always stay for all the nighttime spectaculars and fireworks, but I gotta tell you, I miss them now more than ever. I love them. I love the fireworks, those colorful explosions at night, and you know Disney does it best. They do it best. I'm thinking about Wishes, of course, today. Wishes is no longer around. I'm thinking about Illuminations, you know it. I miss Illuminations as well, but Happily Ever After, Star Wars fireworks, so many amazing fireworks shows at Walt Disney World. We'll get there. We're getting back to it someday. The next one may surprise you, the walking. I miss walking around the different resorts and parks. Looking back at my health app here on my phone, I remember how many miles I would average every single day at Walt Disney World. Combined, these are combined averages, so some days would be like 20 miles, but other days, you know, it's not as much. So November, 5.8 miles on average every day. December, 4.9. January, 4.5. February, 4.8. And remember, March 16th was the last day at Disney, 2.3 miles on average, and in April, I'm ashamed to admit it was 7.3. Okay, well, you know, these things happen from time to time. Got to get more walking in, no doubt about it, and I miss all that cardiovascular exercise at Walt Disney World. That brings me to Run Disney events as well. I'm looking forward to that kind of cardiovascular exercise as well. We've never had a chance to experience it. I tried to sign up just before this all happened, and I didn't get a chance to. It didn't happen anyway, so it's okay, but I'm looking forward to a Run Disney event in the future. Next up, I miss photography at Disney. I'm not just talking about PhotoPass, I'm talking about taking photos with my own camera around Walt Disney World. You know it is a passion of mine to take photos at the place where dreams come true, and I miss it. I really, really do, and I'm telling myself when I get back to the parks, I want to commit myself even more to photography at Disney, just because I enjoy it so much. And you know, finding the time for these kind of things, it's more difficult than you might think. You're trying to vlog the whole day. It can be difficult to find those moments, but I want to find more of those moments in the future to take photos. Next up, it's the characters. I miss Mickey and the gang at Walt Disney World. From the meet and greets to the parades to combining my love of photography of catching those characters in action, it's just so much fun. It is so much fun to meet with Mickey and the gang and remind myself of the magic that they bring to so many. The next one I thought about for a little while now, but it's getting warmer here in Florida, and I really miss the water parks. I have the Platinum Plus annual pass, which means that I have access to the water parks throughout the year, and during the warmer months is when I usually go because it's warmer. You don't want to go when it's 40 degrees outside. So now that it's getting warmer, I miss Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon so much. That's one I'm looking forward to getting back to. It's been a while since we've been, just because it's been colder, and March we're just starting to get warmer, and now we're into it, and oh my gosh, water parks. We'll get there. The next thing I miss, special events. We had a few days to experience the Flower and Garden Festival at Disney, and I'm very grateful that we did, but we're not going to be able to experience all of the Flower and Garden Festival this year, and it's possible that some of the Food and Wine Festival will be impacted a little bit as well. And we think about that, and those festivals, those special events, even Mickey's Not So Scary or Very Merry or Villains After Hours, whatever it is, these special events are things that I miss so much, and I'm looking forward to when we get back to it. On that note, a lot of friends have asked me, Michael, is it possible that Disney will extend Flower and Garden into, later in the summer, possibly into Food and Wine? I don't know if it's possible to have those flowers planted during the really hot summer or as Food and Wine's commencing, but if it was possible, just an idea, for them to combine Flower and Garden and Food and Wine a little bit, wouldn't that be cool? Like a lot of flowers and Food and Wine. That would be so cool. Something else that I really miss are those quiet boat rides or gondola rides to and from different destinations at Disney. It sounds strange, I know it does, but somehow I really miss just kind of sitting quietly and enjoying those sights as you're flying over the Caribbean Beach Resort or flying near Epcot or taking that quiet boat from the Magic Kingdom to the Polynesian Village Resort or Grand Floridian. Those quiet rides and transportation, or even the monorail, I miss those, I really do. Now those are the things that I miss most, but there is one thing that I really don't miss, and this one may surprise you. I don't miss the lack of anticipation for going to Disney. Let me explain a little bit here. When I talk about the waves of Disney, I'm talking about the anticipation of a Disney adventure. Now that I live closer, the anticipation for Disney isn't quite the same as when I lived further away. But now that we haven't been to the parks in over 50 days, the anticipation is coming back. I'm not that surprised. I'm very grateful that it came back. That anticipation, here we go, we're gonna go on a Disney vacation, it's gonna be amazing. It has come back to me in full force. It is amazing how that's happened. I was worried that it was gone forever, that since I live close, it'd be gone forever, but this is a silver lining. You know me, I'm looking for the silver lining. So this to me is a silver lining to that. We can be really anticipating that next Disney adventure, and I really am anticipating it quite a bit. There is so much to look forward to when we get back in the parks in the future. Those are a few of the things that I miss most in the anticipation, which I'm glad I have found again. Let me know in the comments below what you miss most about Walt Disney World right now, what you're looking forward to when it all opens up again in the future. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.